Welcome to Roxy's Workouts. Today we're doing a standing exercise program, but if you've watched any of the other videos on my YouTube channel here, you've seen that I also offer strength and conditioning classes, mat Pilates classes, some stretching programs, as well as Roxy's Retro Moves, where we're moving and grooving to the sounds of the 70s, which is a lot of fun. But again, like I said, today is a standing exercise program, so we want to make sure that we've got a chair close by, nice and sturdy, so no wheels on the bottom, just a nice sturdy chair. We're going to start just with a march, bringing those knees up and marching, getting some oxygen flowing, getting those muscles all ready to do a good workout. Just bringing those knees up, just a little bit before we go into a swaying motion. Swaying side to side, so it looks like that. Swinging those arms. Try to get that one arm as high as you can, so we get that full stretch through the sides. A little bit of waist rotation, more of a stretch. And then we're going to move into a movement where we're going to reach our arm and fingertips up to where the wall and ceiling meet. And that other leg is going to stretch out in the opposite direction. So it looks like this, reaching up and out. So reaching to where the wall and ceiling meet, stretching through fingertips. And the leg that's stretching away from the body, we're getting a little bit of a bounce by pushing down on the heel as we switch to move to the other side. Now we're going to switch it to stretch straight across the chest. So more of a sideways movement, stretching all the way from the toes, up through the legs, through the hips, out through the fingertips. And now that we have this to the sides, we're going to change it to the outside of the calf, reaching down toward the ankle. Really getting that stretch again, all the way through the toes, up through the sides, out through the fingertips. And then standing up for a march. And let's bring those knees up as high as we can. Get them up high. Feeling that through the glutes, a little bit through the hamstrings. Now we're going to reach both arms up to the ceiling and pull a knee up as we pull the elbows down. Those knees up as high as we can, pulling those elbows down, but first reaching toward the ceiling. Now we're going to tap our opposite elbow to our opposite knee. Nice, get those knees up as high as we can, trying to get the elbows and knee to meet right in the center, right at the chest. And then just marching. We're going to get into some lunges, and so we want to make sure we have the chair close by. That brings balance into the works. So we want this chair to our sides. This one leg goes out behind us, the heel is up, so we're on the tippy toes. We're going to keep this knee, this hip, and this shoulder all in line with each other as we go down and up, down and up. Keeping that weight on that back leg. And again, keeping that good proper form where the knee, hip, and shoulder stay in line with each other. Now 3 more here. 2. And 1. Switching to the other side. Get that leg behind us. The heel is up. On the tippy toes, bend the knee, hip, and shoulder in line with each other as we go down and up, down and up. Keeping this proper nice straight alignment. Looking good. Down. 2 more. Down and up. Down and up. And just marching to get those hips loosened up. A little bit of rotation. Then a little bit more balance work. Again, having that chair close by is important. And if you want to challenge your balance when we're doing these balance exercises, you can go from holding on with the full hand, maybe just 4 fingers, 3 fingers, 2 fingers, maybe all the way to no fingers. We're going to start with, this is our stable leg, so we've got our weight and concentration on this side to keep it straight. This other leg and elbow are bent knee, bent elbow. Going out to the side, like that, arm up to shoulder height. Try to get the knee somewhat close to hip height. But out to the side, a little bit of balance work. 3 more on this side. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. I'm going to switch the chair to the other side. Same thing. Nice stable side is nice and tight. Squeezing the thigh. This rear end staying nice and tall and straight on this side. This side, the elbow is bent. The knee is bent. Going straight out to the side. Trying to get that elbow up to shoulder height. Okay, keeping the stable side nice and steady. And again, challenging that balance from a full hand to maybe just 2 fingers today. 2 more. 1 and 2. All right. Moving the chair to the other side, a little bit more balance work. We're going to bring our my right leg, maybe your left leg, straight with the straight arm, straight in front of the body, and down. Up and down. And again, this side here is nice and stable and tight, keeping the thigh and that rear end, that side, nice and tight. We've got 3 left on this side. 3, 2, 1. Then staying on this side, we're going to raise one arm straight up toward the ceiling. As we pull the elbow down, we'll pull the knee up. So stretching out straight, then bending in the front. Bringing the knee up to meet the elbow, keeping this side nice and steady, nice and tight to help us keep our balance. If we're holding on, maybe going to just a few fingers. 2 more here. This is 2 and 1. Great job. We're going to turn to the other side, keeping that chair nice and handy close. This side is the stable side, squeezing this thigh, this side of the rear end staying nice and tight and tall. This leg, straight arm, straight leg in front of the body. Trying to bring the leg up as close to hip level as can. And the arm just right up to shoulder height. Again, keeping the stable side nice and tight. That's supporting us. And 3 more here. This is 3 and 2 and 1. Then we're going to raise the arm straight up toward the ceiling. As the elbow bends and pulls down, the knee comes up. Straightening and bending. Straightening and bending. Straight, bend, straight, bend. Nice job. Staying very tight on the stable side. Down, straighten, bend. 2 more. Bend, bend, and shake out those arms, shake out those legs. A little bit of toe taps. Then we're going to get into some squats. Again, having the chair close by for safety. Excuse me. In our squats, when our feet hip width apart, we back up a little bit. Hip width apart, but I will be sideways so that you can see the form. We're going to be bending at the knees, pushing this rear end out and back, and then coming back up, keeping the weight on our heels. And trying to keep our knees from going forward. We want to keep them pretty much over the area where our shoelaces tie, where the tongue of the shoe comes up. So bending down and coming up, shooting that rear end back as we bend the knees. Trying to keep the knees very still. So the movement's just from the hip, bending down and straightening up. We're going to do 3 more. This is 3 and 2. And 1, nice job. Shaking everything out. Then a little bit more movement. Stretching out through palms and heels. Pushing those palms out at shoulder height. And leaning down a little bit, squatting in a semi-squat as we push that heel forward. Semi-squat, semi-lunge. It is an upward and downward movement. We're going to do 3 more on each side. This is 3 and 3 and 2, 2, 1 and 1 and marching. Again, marching, bringing those knees up as high as we can. So a high knee march, bring the knees up and up and up, up. Nice job. Then we're going to go low with our squats and separate our feet to a little bit further than hip width apart. So low. Bring the knees up again. Just a rendition of a high knee march. Bringing those glutes into play. 2 more on each side. 1, 1, 2, 2, and marching. We're going to end up with swaying just like we did in the beginning, so just swaying side to side. And it feels good to get that blood moving and circulating, knowing that we're bringing oxygen and nutrients to all of our cells with just the simple exercises. And just cooling it down. All right, let's take a big breath in, bending our knees, sweeping up high to the ceiling, and coming back down with bent knees. 1 more breath in, big breath in, letting all that air fall out. Shake out the shoulders a little bit. And great job, great workout. Glad you were here today. Join us for another exercise program on this YouTube channel. Have a great day.